Frank Etunia or two Frank Adima, the Osunuko Kama Yuko, the MPP, 2024 about why a copre organ Kudima, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, or no Edna, what day and Kratebia to Montaine's wow, which you say, and you may cost to Kurum say, you know, a Kamako, say, or so, I don't know if it's an appeal or something, let us say, what your Krata, tin, no, they about beto. I'm not for me to say, Abana when we know, a year and I told me out 1 minute, but omuchire say we say no anya hye no ye beka ne say genuine concern and I say the ede na koma so say na de nka na wontrimu ene we beto no enti say na e be simple ama nyina no eno na da screen so no okay ne akenkan ne kama e de ama ebusia oni menya adwene na ye nko worrying development in our country and appeal to His Excellency President John Mahama. This statement is released against a personal vow I made since leaving office. I made a personal vow affirmation to allow our new president and his government to get the needed space to get hold of things and settle down quickly to tackle the important business of governance and by extension nation building. Having been vice president for the past 8 years, I have come to appreciate the enormity of tax. A tax that requires that those entrusted with the responsibilities of governance, especially the president, get the needed support and composure to implement their vision for the betterment of our dear country. Unfortunately, I need to speak up on a recent development that posed significant threat to our democracy to look away whilst these ills persist to abandon my responsibility to remind President Mahama and his government of the overriding duty to live by the democratic tenets envisioned in the 1992 Constitution and do justice and right to all manner of person. Okay, so justice and in quotes, rights to all manner of persons, unquote. When Ghanaians voted for change in 2024 general elections, it manifested a desire to continue with national development, albeit with different people at the helm of affairs. It was within this spirit that I gave an early concession speech, urging all Ghanaians to support our new president as he attempts to make his contributions, not cumulative progress, successive governments have chalked over the years. Since assuming office, however, the government of President Mahama has pursued a series of actions targeting Ghanaians who were legitimately employed during previous administrations. Okay? It is ironic that a party which campaigned on the wings of jobs for all Ghanaians are arbitrarily dismissing the same Ghanaians, rendering them jobless, just because a different government employed them to put their talent to bear on the nation's development and earn income to cater for themselves and their families. Ain't fair short or the na where they or call directly and also targeted directly to for your medifisi office no sharp no and no the na for be and TSA crash I see madam you no should TSA but you ever hold later and to also so me patrol and to us only the least a party that campaigned on jobs could do under conditions of unemployment is to innovate and create jobs rather than dismiss people. How many jobs did His Excellency not go for and Bawumia create? I don't know.
In terms of numbers, they didn't create any job. They were just a waste of time almost say the country. They didn't do anything. Yeah.
Okay. Regrettably, these dismissals have been extended to directors who are public servants and not politicians. Okay, into your person just say now let's go. In some of the cases, the only reason for dismissal was that the persons whose livelihood have been destroyed are known to or related to a politician, as if to suggest that they cannot live independent professional lives. However qualified they are, there are also reports of government intentions to terminate the appointment of persons performing critical jobs such as security personnel, nurses, and teachers simply because they were appointed during the tenure of the previous administration, that will be most unfortunate. Furthermore, there is a general atmosphere of insecurity with attacks on journalists. Hello? Who is writing this?
Or the AI and a Troy.
Why in a Troy?
Ni true shen say we. Him.
Serious? let me start from there. Maybe my daughter say
more MPP for during a year.
Hey,
more time. Mobile Captain Smart.
Do
you know one thing that shocked me was say Obi Koka say if you are a for Sunderland Park here Twama firstly. No one watching Nipano.
Shebongo ideas nyame kwa.
The space say I know say people say nana ebe di na tem untimi a unsubscribe. Bawumia any Akufo they destroy this country.
No, enema no church no. According to that say me can say I say I don't know. As for what nature into or be me who say dear ni. Oh no, this
see how irrelevant. So it to us.
Goodness. The use of our military to raid the homes of former government officials and communities, as well as mob attacking innocent individuals and the state institutions. This is rather reminiscence of a military takeover and not a peaceful democratic transition. These are certainly worrying times for our democracy, and the earlier actions are taken to protect the institution and democratic practice, the better it would be for Ghana forward march. Ghanaians understood the promise of change to mean discarding the ills associated with the governance of our nation since 1992, and also an opportunity to show the way for future governments. There is no reset by repeating or escalating what may have happened in the past. Therefore, I call on His Excellency President Mahama to be a president for all Ghanaians by putting a stop to these developments, reversing the unfair dismissals, and protecting all our citizens. We must advance our democracy. We must protect our state institutions. We must uphold our constitution. Ghana can do better. Ghana must do better. Dr. Mamudu Bawumia, former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Thank you. Hello, former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. This is not anything to state disrespect, but the truth of the matter is, whatever you wrote in here, to me, I don't know if lawyers have a way of explaining things like this, but as a layman, as I am, I don't see anything. You didn't write anything. You obviously wrote nothing, because whatever you stated in here is like you're trying to protect the interest of somebody closer to you, especially this SIC woman, because she's the one who dragged this whole thing, meaning that you are fighting for people closer to you. In and out of government, you want everything that you left to be like you left it. After everything you people did to us, after the beatings, who gave this man the audacity? Like, bruh. Oh. Yeah, that point, especially because of your wife. But this doesn't sound clear to me. Now I don't know, but I feel like he's mocking us.
He's not mocking us. Ignorance and what we call propaganda. Mahama has been in office less than 40 days. You see, in terms of the friends appointees are terminated on contracts. No, immediately after the January 7th election, we saw government agencies. Okay, within overnight too. Within just 1 week, near employ over 60,000 people
a day.
And then the question was, you guys were there 2022, 2023, 2024, beginning of the year. When employ will be a moon says see an idea.
You're changing government, no?
You're changing government. I'm call for no party members and then more bemu. I just say mobile bits nifin to move pia moyena mombasha. And during that time, immediately after the elections, one of the issues about a transition team between John Dramani Mahama or raising concern between Oni Akufo-Addo, and he said, we don't want you employing people because now what the fixing edit to payroll. Let me give you an example. If one person be an average of, let's say, 1,200 cedis, okay, you find yourself with SNIT and everything, 1,500 cedis, and then overnight, okay, you've employed 60,000 people.
Look at
okay?
that.
At the end of the day, every month we are Ghana about 90 million Ghana cedis.
Just for pay.
Yes, 60,000 people are you push your masha bemu just because omo MPP for you lose. I was say you getting the money in your nominee news. You do almost baby. I was say MP your constituency members. You do almost baby. Say baby to me winning next election. 60,000 to 100,000 people are push your masha bemu. So on average, which means say and no cry a low. You 20 people could be 1,500 cities. Every month, be about 90 million Ghana cedis. So just calculate 60,000 times 1,500. What if it was even higher, like 100,000? Now, without these people, no, the government was functioning. Oko USCCI, if it be Donald Trump on Elon Musk, so by Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. What they are doing is that they are going to agencies which basically are non-essential today. Imagine having an agency like Ghana Postal Service.
Yeah.
Ghana Postal Service, but in the early 2000s, and Postal Service was very active, and also the late 90s. But then everything is internet. Let Albert track California, and you can just type, send an email or perhaps WhatsApp. Even though our postal agencies and we be here say be receiving letters in person. Other additional things, we can do most of these things by mail. It's only if tangible items and you be able to use postal service. So you can't tell me say you are pushing 15,000 people to the Ghana Postal Service. And that is why, and that is what we breed say. People will get up in the morning, they will go to work 8 and they will come back 2. Meanwhile, they're on government payroll. Meanwhile, they're on government payroll. So what must say? So we are fixing a lot of these people there without them doing anything. Ghana Judicial Service, there are lots of people, click 1, click 2, click a whole lot of them. Why don't we slash it? Na enkaka krebi na at the end of the day ain't saving a taxpayers man. Timudi amuko de mu nyansa.
What's the
gum? And come in early January because so fine. After December 7, I'm rushing for their tomb. And even the hypocrisy crown is too much. In 2016, when a ex-president Akufo-Addo, when he won power, or assuming power in January 2017, he sacked over 100,000 people who were also appointed by NDC.
But those things, you know, they I say AI normal because omunyaba pa yes son.
No, and you know, if they appointed you after the elections, that one they will be. So I remember say a year a colleague AC was telling me I was there so na appointment about your friend Kofo Benjamin, and I was telling her say see Benjamin the unya bia a year because I have favor, but the circumstances in your na question. If you should try to go, you may end up at the wrong side. And I was telling you, see, it's not like me person or beko, opa your life, but going in this circumstance, trust me, you may have your appointment revoked. So I told her, and she was telling me, saying, "Kofo people are joining." In fact, every day they were picking about 1,000 or 2,000 people. You recruit, sir. Any, I don't know what happened. So Beku one call said, "I don't know." And only your teeny baby D. So what really happened? Beginning of the year, no, and John Dramani Mahama or Choleta come and say, "Yen review one more for Munina, and yen fa one more on payroll, no, yen for Mumbra, yen for my accountant generals, the one more accountant general department, any auditors general department, yen for the office of the presidency. On mu yes, you know, mu say no, in Kofowe, they are rather adding burden to us. And Mahama a chokoma all CEOs of state institutions say, obi a employer no after December 7th, whether MPP, NDC, CPP, KKK." Whatever it is, no, you are sacked. So when I saw the news, no, Mr. Catch said, "Send me catch us way better." Yes, because about 4 hour ban, opeso service ka.
Yeah.
Until me about 90 million. Now we fight foot soldiers.
Enkogum.
I say, "Oh, when we do foot soldiers, Asha bem. No, on beben. Those same foot soldiers, no, they will also the same people get up and say they want to go to strike."
Yeah.
So the best thing, opportunity bar will give you. You be born send a year YE Youth Employment Agency, and now Youth Employment Agency Okoha and drama come website to list a lot of jobs. Almost your company crana. You can even bring your friend is saying your details.
Your vacancies.
Yes, they'll come and I'm telling you, nice. So even we no can almost oh you can just put in your company details near the more people will come, and it's true. Friends or details are cost say or your company they need people. A day to be cost 500. People are even willing to die for 500 cedis a month job in this country, and their situations are really bad, and you're buying a hook up. Times are tough.
Yeah.
So what you say? So the best thing is sack all of them. Then at the end of the day, you look at it on a scale board, okay, and then you weigh. Okay, new opportunity, but find the people who rightfully deserve it. Whether MPP or NDC, they make Ghana for.
They make Ghana for. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. So whatever Bawumia can. You see, opposition Musa Dankwa or he is with a global info analytics or the same the two just say. Per what he's learning, Bawumia may lose the 2028 election if Mahama bind Kosia because not doing so and back and then Rami who's on here press conference can say no omenya enough oil to stop doing so. It's yenya doing so crana actually 1 or 2 hours a back. So it is a good thing. So if Mahama is able to stabilize the doing so. And number 2, if Mahama is able to try and go after one more movie, 2028 NDC there. Into position the MPP, after Kwana Mubetin more. And when the recent polls are aired by HSA, accounts MPP enjoyed over almost 70% of a year account support. This year, a dwindle about 54%. Into more lose your voter base to NDC. That is one. The second thing is also. Even aside from that too, youths on mobile these days, they don't want to be associated with MPP again.
We are just not going to be associated to one particular party.
Yes.
Most of them are floating voters. OTA and some are opposite or the
yeah. Now, no dear, the people, most of them don't want to be associated with MPP
because and why you say?
Of course, they see the resentment in. So I remember I said the day I never voted, elections. I was telling all of you in the studio, say MPP was going to lose. Must say, oh, there be done. I'm saying, me, I am a research. And I remember I said, well, I even went bet on you. Say, I try. You for a salary into so, and you backed because me research nature say MPP will lose the election. Why? Uko kroma the sentiment. Ofaka the sentiment. We be able to be obiasu obia nsem shenimu. And on top of it all, and come address issue how many Ghana for Bekasa crank MPP. Then you see them standing on stage dancing. One mama kuma ya na akwuna you see him too at Northern Region. We you don't know what Bawumia is doing. And then do so as a babak, then you see energy minister saying it's a Ghana for your own timetable. And you keep asking yourself questions, what is wrong? So all of these things are basically, then at the end of the day, I will say, so this is exactly what is really going on. I say, very, very, very sad. Yeah.
But I'm just to me, I'm still tackling myself. I want it to be like any Bawumia and trust our story way, and because I don't know the story way part there. Then we are sorry, Mr. Former Vice President. You have to sit back and I don't know if you will correct because whatever you wrote in here is something you and it is going against you. So I don't know why you wrote it. Send another kind. Maybe it's the work of AI, because we will be shocked. How can somebody who obi auton kwadu ubebi samse na ebanese na kwadu we abreja we how?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah. So it's if we see about more updates as these various events unfold.